This is WJHS on your radio, and with us in studio, it's the School Board Report, the Whitley County Consolidated School Board providing leadership, direction to the staff, to the community, to the students. And it's always a pleasure to have Dr. Laura McDermott, a school superintendent, here at Columbia City High School in the studio with us. How are you doing today?
Good. Good morning.
I am doing well myself, and I see you have a bunch of papers laid out in front of you, the highlights, the little hand notes. So I imagine, let's just get into it. What do you want to talk about first when it comes to school business and the community we're developing here?
So our big news from last night, we had 9 staff members retire last night. So last night was the celebration for that. So these 9 people represent 244 years of service to the district. So that's what we celebrated. So Linda Hartman, who was Little Turtle custodian, Jody Schaefer, Indian Springs Food Service, Tina Brown, Little Turtle Food Service, Lisa Smith, Coessie Administrative Assistant, Tony Royst, who is WCCS bus driver, Lois Brandenburg, who is Indian Springs Food Service, Cindy Wakeman, who's Little Turtle teacher, Richard Junk, who is Coessie head custodian, and Linda Auer, who was WCCS bus driver.
I know a lot of those people.
You do. And Linda had the most. She has 47 years as a bus driver for this district.
244 years, 9 people. That's an average of 27 years, a little over each.
Isn't
that crazy?
Yes, it is. Just the experiences that they've had and the dedication to the district is astounding. It really is.
I can't even imagine the secrets and nuances and subtleties and relationships that in each of these individuals. I was just thinking about, you said 244 years and got me thinking down those lines of all that these people have put together through the time. And it kind of got me a little choked up a little bit. Like, this is a beautiful thing. I hope you guys have an awesome retirement or whatever it is that you choose to do next. An average of 27 years each with the school district. Okay. Maybe I'm getting that end of year nostalgia, and I have a bunch of seniors that are graduating that have had since freshmen. This is my first time having that happen for myself. So maybe I'm feeling extra nostalgic myself this year.
I know, but can you imagine walking out the door after all those years? That would be exciting and hard at the same time.
I'll let you know when I get there, but I don't know if does it leave you? I know my parents, they retired, they knew what a beach was as of that moment in their life, but I don't know if quitting and walking away, does it ever really leave your heart? I don't know. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was our big celebration last night. And then we had a group of students, and these are elementary students. There are 4 of them from Little Turtle. They just got back from Dallas, Texas, the world competition for robotics. So we had 2 4th graders, Elaine Daniels and Cal Myers. And we had 2 5th graders, Jamison Cordes and Kai Johnston. And they went to the world competition for robotics with Little Turtle. And because they won in the state and qualified for the world championship. And they brought their robots, had their table there, and basically showed us how they won and what they did. And they came back from the world competition with the Energy Award. They were the Energy Award recipient for Team Spirit in the engineering division. So that was outstanding. And so this was the first time on the podium at a regional competition for Little Turtle. It was the first time qualifying for state competition, first time qualifying for world's competition. So they ranked 28th out of 802 teams in Indiana, 163rd out of 4,518 teams in the U.S., and 259 out of the 800 teams that were at the world competition. So they did a great job.
Right over there in that building,
Right there at Little Turtle Elementary. Absolutely. And it was just, they shared how they went about their challenge. So basically, it's a challenge that the kids are given, and they're given just a box of parts and pieces, and the kids have to design
Not pre-assembled.
their robot and decide what it's going to look like and how they're going to meet the challenge. And they said, they have 3 coaches, Mr. Cooper, Mrs. Myers, and Mrs. Hart. And they're there to support, but they can't direct anything. It's all student directed.
Right. We had the opportunity to go and film last year, the year prior, and just to see the robotics team. And they have the robots, depending on the competition, do different tasks. And so there's no one way to solve the problem. And to see what the students come up with was not what I would have done, but at the same time effective. They have an opportunity to strategize, and just to see some of those films and the coaches that help put together essential in this process of, okay, think through the problem. What materials do you have available to you? How can you use different pieces? I imagine, all of the creativity, all of the energy going to the next level and making it to the championship portions in traveling to Texas. That's an experience, especially at that age. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. I gotta go see if I can maybe share a video or something like that online for more about this, or at least have the coaches in. More on that later, I suppose.
I'm sure it would be great. And they talked about the teamwork challenge, where they just on the spot are paired up with another school. And at the Worlds, they were paired up with another school from another state or another country. And then they were given a challenge. Here's your challenge. And they have just a few minutes to work together to strategize. Here's how we're going to do it together. And then they have to do it right there on the spot.
Okay.
So it is very much strategy. How are we going to get the most points? Here's your parameters, and how do we get the most points? So it's really interesting how the kids go about it. And they did shout out, they had several sponsors that they said that they couldn't do without, like SDI, Ultramarine, Micropulse, Northeastern REMC. They did give a shout out to several of their sponsors who provided funds for both their trip to Dallas, but also for their kits and competitions, and because all of that costs money. And so these kids were able to do all of this with no cost to themselves or their families.
A little kickoff and life experience there.
Yep.
Check that out. I imagine STI, Ultramarine, you guys were probably going headhunting here in a little bit. A couple decades.
Probably not even that long.
Probably not even that long. Probably, 15
8
years.
decade.
10. Yeah.
Just one. Absolutely.
The next on our highlighted agenda
is, so we had the robots, and then we also talked about, I just wanted to do a shout out. We have several mini students who are staying active over the summer with study trips. So we have lots of, we have a student speech and debate, high school student that's going to Phoenix, Arizona to participate in the National Speech and Debate Tournament. Of course, we have FFA that's going to the state FFA convention in Indianapolis in June. FCCLA, they're going to the National Leadership Conference and Competition in Denver, Colorado, the end of June, 1st of July. Cheerleaders are going to cheer camp at Purdue University in July. The football team's going to a team camp. That's in July. We've got the girls' high school basketball players going to Butler, Hamilton Southeastern, IU Bloomington Women's Team Camp, and those are all events in June. We've got boys basketball. They're
Full
going
summer.
to Super Hoops Camp in June. So kids are staying active all through the summer for sports and academics and everything. So just wanted to, our staff and students are busy. Even when school's out, they are moving and grooving, so doing their thing. So just wanted to do a shout out for that. And just a reminder, graduation is coming up June 9th at 6 p.m. in the main gym. And then just a real quick reminder to our parents and everybody to register by May 31st.
Please.
Yes, please. And you must register this year for bus transportation because we will not automatically put you on the list to be the child to be picked up by the bus. You have to register for bus transportation. If you don't get registered by the 31st of May, registration opens up again on August 1 and only runs through, you have to be registered by August 7th if you plan to ride the bus.
Might as well get it out of the way.
Absolutely.
All right. By the 31st, you said, for bus registration.
May. Yeah. This month. Yeah.
Okay. And then going back, graduation, you want to grab your tickets sooner rather than later. Only so many people fit in that gym. And, well, it tends to be a good show. So... So we have some good speakers coming this year to encourage the students and send our farewells and maybe it's just my first freshman class that I've had finally being seniors and graduating that has me a little excited for it. But all good things.
Absolutely.
That's
it. Yeah.
The school board report, that Dr. Laura McDermott right there. Thank you for joining us as always. I'm Mr. Jordan Glaza, the media teacher at Columbia City High School from WJHS Studios. Thank you for joining us. Look forward to another school board report, the third Tuesday of the month here in WJHS 91.5 with what's happening in and around Whitley County Consolidated Schools. I'm going to make it to the end.